Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Three Slips and Silly Points. Last episode was two slips. Now the third slip is back. Bit wobbly. May drop a catch or two, but I'm back. I'm here. First thing we'll kick off with is T20 so far, the World Cup that's happening. What do you guys think? How many we watched? What are we looking at? Been some interesting games. Chai and Raj, I think the most interesting one is probably the one that I watched was Oman and Namibia. Went to super over,
Yeah, low scoring super over game.
but I blame Oman because
Yeah.
if you watch the highlights on the last over, they needed to get 5 off 6 or something. It was 6 off last over, and again, like I don't say it's easy to do because they're at a competitive level, but the bowling of Oman's bowler was really good, and they just got just to the super over by luck. But come the super over, they conceded 20 runs, and they didn't get used as in bowler. And I thought, come on,
Yeah,
which I thought was just
gotta make sure the informed guy is in there, right? But
But they took someone with I get overall has more experience team, but I think you should also have a look at what the performance or that day has been.
that's
So,
kind of why I think watching the games with associated like teams is real fun. Like lots of comedy of errors.
oh yeah,
And that is something that the captains would start learning when they start playing more of these international tournaments, right? It's a different ball game playing it in a Division 2 or Division 3, but when you step up to big boys, yeah, every small decision that you make today will have a big impact towards the end of game.
that's
Yep.
true. Yeah. So like
But
first game was Canada and USA. USA won that. I thought, yeah, they were the stronger team. A little bit of
yeah.
mishaps here and there, but I were the stronger
Shout
team.
out to A Jones again. Those massive hits. Oh my gosh. I
Oh
think
my
that
God.
it will definitely be in the highlight reels of the series at the end. Massive
Yeah.
hits.
Wait, so he
So
is from
good.
South Africa and then he joined because he got kicked out? Is that?
Nah. There's no Timpa Bavuma doppelganger happening. He's from the States.
Not
You
that
went
we
on the
know
other
of, you
side
know.
when they're like baseball or cricket. He's like, I'll pick the non-popular option.
Like we were chatting earlier, separated at birth, united by cricket.
Yeah.
No, that was a
Maybe I
really
should
good
check
game. Yeah.
the visa of the father. Maybe he's got some stamps.
Yeah,
You never know.
Uh, the next one was Papua New Guinea and West Indies, which Indies
Oh, yeah.
won, but
A
not by a
tough
lot.
game.
But yeah,
So I made a big call the night before when I watched the first half hour. I was like, oh man, you all good?
yeah,
Like, I thought Papua New Guinea was going to quit cricket. That's how badly Windies were going to smash them. But turns out Windies might quit cricket after this. Such a close game. Oh my gosh.
but, uh,
But that kind of tells you how unpredictable the pitches are going to be in this tournament.
Yeah.
They keep saying Adelaide, but spinners are getting wickets and pace bowlers are getting wickets.
correct.
It turns out the batters just forgot to swing the bat.
That's true, and it's a similar thing with the next game, which is Sri Lanka versus South Africa. I looked at the scoreboard and I was just like, oh my God, how did we get this bad?
Yeah. What a game. I only caught the highlights for that game.
Mm.
But yeah, such a close game. I don't know how. I mean, the commentators at the end did say South Africa won comfortably because they chased it in 16 overs, but surely
I don't,
77.
yeah,
Yeah.
Come on.
And if you see the trend, right, all the games, none of them have been a runaway one-sided. Everything's been a closely contested game. The games are going right till the end. If you look at I think except for, I think you're going to get to this, with except for the Afghanistan, all other teams, all other games have been pretty closely contested.
Yeah. Oh,
that's true. But while watching that, I wouldn't really blame a lot on the actual team. I think a big blame should be on the pitch and the ground, because in New York, pitch kept holding up like every ball, and the ground. You hit a ball as hard as you can, but it took years to get to the boundary. It was
It's all
quite
sand.
tough. Even South Africa was struggling, unless like other than their sixes and stuff they hit, which they're known for. But the ground was shocking. It made it
It,
very difficult.
I mean,
Very sandy outfield.
it's a very big decision by the ICC itself to host games in a nation that's never hosted an international game earlier. So yeah, big monies, I agree. But when you're hosting a big international or a big event like a T20 World Cups, etc., you got to have a bit of experience. You got to have pitches. You got to have grounds that are established, rather than, hey, this is all right. I can pull one together.
Or at least like prep a bit earlier, right? Because these drop-in pitches were only brought in 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't mind the pitches. It's the outfield that
Exactly.
bothers me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But the pitches are actually all good because they make the game real interesting. Like a 77-run game,
Yeah.
which takes them 16 overs to finish. Oh,
Yeah,
how
that's
good. I mean, if you watch all the other leagues, we've been smashing out 200s, 250s. And it's a bit boring to watch, just massive hits, right? So this is a refreshing change, I reckon. So good.
Yeah. This World Cup is following IPL. To me, it feels as if someone's basically replaying the same script, but at at a 0.5x, because IPL was all smashing hard. Every other game was 200 plus, and these you barely get to 200s.
And 200s are chased.
Yeah, and chased. That's right.
And chased, correct.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but I may say, for a country that has baseball where the grass is beautiful and there's a lot of money there, I thought the grass could be, the outfield could be much better prepared for it. But yeah. But
I
next
think
one,
even the baseball grounds are sandy, right? No?
there is patch of sand. Excuse me. There's patch of sand outside where the diamond is. You've got patch of sand there, and they have non-hitting area where people are walking and stuff. The rest is all green, right? Rest is all grass.
Okay. Because I actually have a feeling even those grounds are not designed for balls to roll over. They're all about just hitting it out, right?
Yeah.
They're all just big shots.
No, they
It's
do
probably
hit
the
there.
same concept.
With what I've seen, they do hit on the ground. Like it still is going.
But it's not their best case scenario. They don't rely on, hey, let's rotate the strike concept.
Like let's just block and run.
Yeah.
None of that.
It is. They play Tippity. You hit it, you gotta run.
That's
They play
it.
Tippity.
Love that.
But the next game was no result, but very interesting because it was Scotland versus England, which was in 10 overs, 90.
90, yes.
90, which I think is very good against England. For Scotland, is very good. And if you just double that, 180. It's
I'm gonna pull one out of my bum. You guys can fact check me. But I think England's never really beaten any European team. And it's pretty sad because none of them are regular cricket playing nations in a World Cup tournament or an ICC tournament. I find that crazy. I think if this game had gone the whole distance,
correct.
I reckon Scotland had the better chance.
England must definitely feel relieved. One is it's a rain curtail, so you never know. You never know how DRS is going to trip things over, because all it needs is one early wicket, and then Scotland is in the driving seat straight away. So England would be feeling, all right, this is our one false start for the series, and then let's go.
Oh, especially in these like tricky pitches, I reckon. It'd be crazy.
True, but compared to the caliber, right? This is me trying to give some dig to England, but the caliber of Scotland and the caliber of England, like England sits with the top 4, the top 8, right? In playing.
Yeah.
To have a country at 10 overs for 90 for 0 wickets, not even like 2 down, 1 down or something, is like again, it's saying something, right? Like what happened?
And well, there was a wicket in there, right? But Mark Wood bowled a massive no ball. Like, if there was any other team that bowled that no ball, I'd say a team from subcontinent.
Yeah.
Lots of questions. Like, it was a
Yeah.
massive no ball. The guy had to be put back in.
Oh my God. But
Crazy.
minus that no ball, but the overall result is still no wicket, which is very interesting. And hats off to Scotland, to their coaching staff and their mentality. Hats off to to the whole team.
And this is the best part of having the associates playing it with the big boys. They are the underdogs, and they got no pressure. And anything, Scotland, even with a draw game, rained out game, are walking out, with a lot of benefits, a lot of positiveness. And England
and a point.
And a point. That's
and
it.
A point.
Right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. And England, even though they feel they've lost a point, and they're now going to be back to their drawing boards, figuring out what went wrong in that innings.
Yeah. So the last
how's their group looking though? Do you know who else is in their group?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Just kidding. The stats. So
we're so prepared for this question.
We'll come back right after this break. No, I'm kidding. So their group is
yeah, go on.
Sorry, so their group B. They're Namibia, England, Scotland, Australia, and Oman. That's their whole group. England.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Could be interesting. Could be interesting because only two teams. Scotland's in the running now.
And Namibia's one in that group at the moment. I know Australia hasn't played, but yeah.
Yeah, all it needs is just one more upset by one of the others, and then England could go packing.
Yeah, that's
all the calculators will come out.
That's correct. So final two, which again I think understanding. So Afghanistan and Uganda. Afghanistan smashed them out of the park. They're a very strong team. They give India tough games. They give Bangladesh and some of the top teams tough games. So hats off to them. Nepal was Netherlands. Netherlands won, which we'll talk about a little predictor that we have, which I went Nepal away, but I should have gone Netherlands, and my little brain was saying Netherlands. But yeah, I think really good job. So I think so far, nothing. There are surprises, right? Like we thought some big teams would do, but there are surprises, and we're seeing some of the pitches difference, and it's a little interesting as compared to coming off from IPL, 200 this, 200 that. 6 off 6 and Head just smashing it all over, but yeah.
Well, the big boys have still not played, right? The big
Correct.
teams. England did not get to bat, which is where you'll see big hits. There's an upcoming interesting game, Australia England in a couple of days. Should be fun to watch. I think, West Indies was a disappointment. You would have expected a lot of fireworks. South Africa, Sri Lanka was a massive letdown. Have you seen the toss? Have you seen how Saranga saying our strength is bowling, so we're gonna bat first, and so they decided to bat. Was Aiden Makram was the captain?
Yeah,
he's like, we anyways wanted to bowl, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't make much difference for us. Like everybody got what they wished for.
Yeah, shouldn't even done toss. Just shake your hands.
That's it.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah, without a toss, just be like, yeah, you want to do this, but you do something else. Not a problem. So we're gonna move it to a slightly, well, according to social media, it's a very controversial point, but I'm not really seeing it being that controversial. But this huge Instagram and everything is saying India's reached semis. They know the location where they'll be playing and the timing of it. They've got details. What do you guys think? I think that's first thing is they need to get to semis and get there. Then this situation may cause trouble, but I don't know if it will cause trouble, but they need to get there first. We haven't played one single game.
Yeah. But also, how confident was ICC of India getting there? They're like, we'll give you your ground. We'll give you your time. We'll give you a slot.
ICC meaning BCCI? No,
no, ICC. Oh, jeez.
No, that's true. They were
It's
pretty
not
confident about it.
scripted.
It's not scripted, yes. But like, what are your thoughts? Knowing a location is like, does that really
There's
change,
definitely
or is it favoring something, or was it pure, obviously a commercial decision?
I don't think it's favor to India. It's favor to money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
If you look at cricket in the States, you'll see big followers would be from subcontinent, and you've got a massive, population of Indian folks in the States. So from a commercials, it makes it easier saying if India is playing semis, here is the game. And that would have jacked up all the semis tickets at the moment they were open. Same way as India-Pakistan game. Yeah, the tickets were ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, close to $2,000, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was ridiculous because back when for the last T20 World Cup when game was happening in MCG, yes, there was a rush, but tickets were not that ridiculously priced.
Yeah.
And this was purely, Randeep, where you mentioned, commercially driven decision.
But in saying that, I think ICC could have been a bit more smarter, and they should have said, "Hey, here are the two venues, and they're both gonna have the games at the same time." The second venue just turned out to be the venue where they can't play at that same time slot. Why not just pick another ground instead of giving it to them?
Yeah.
So,
people can draw their own conclusions on some of these controversial topics, right?
I think it's just ICC being silly, to be honest. They should have just it's a no-brainer that they have to use that time slot because they want maximum viewership in India, because that's where most of the people who watch the game are going to be for the time zone, and that's where all the money is. So
that's
the reason
what I was about to say. I was like, why India?
Like, the reason we're in the States is because another country with lots of money.
Correct.
But just because we're in the States, we can't give up on the other side that already makes you money, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They want to grow the money, make the most of what they already have. Yeah.
The States,
it's not scripted. It's more like a T20 World Test Championship. There was a comment from Wasim Jaffer that hey, everyone in the world knows that WTC finals will happen in Lords in England, but does it? You don't know. But that doesn't mean England's going to play there, right? So it's a controversial conversation. You can draw your own conclusions around it, but I guess it is all end of day. You're going to US, a country which has never hosted an ICC event before.
Yeah.
So clearly, money is the primary key, primary driver. Yeah, and anything and everything to get that money's back.
So talking about money, we're talking about our big man Pat Cummins, who I don't know if you've heard has signed a contract for MLC, Major League Cricket, for San Francisco for 4 years, with decent dough attached to it, but has not played a BBL for a decent amount of time. I wonder why.
Hey, who played for IPL recently? Big boy, right? So they got big bucks.
Pat Cummins.
Yeah,
20 million?
21st, yeah.
21st,
and someone else being the expensive Stark. Like what, 25?
Yeah.
Well, they're now used to money.
So Stark will be like, no. Stark will be more patriotic and will come play. No, I'll play Big Bash.
Well, I think clearly money talks, and that was pretty much the rationale behind the launch of IPL back in the day, right? Let's get money into the game, and that set everything apart. Have you guys seen the video of Gilchrist asking Sehwag, saying, "Hey, is there a chance that Indian players are going to play in foreign leagues?"
We're not poor.
Simple, right? Let's not BS around this.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to play where we're paid less bucks. We don't need to play elsewhere.
Our second grade players like Unmuk Chand can come in and play Big Bash. All good.
But a lot of Australians have been signed up for this MLC. If you've been following the articles, Maxwell, Travis Head, Steven Smith, the new kid off the block, McGurk. All of these have been offered contracts in MLC.
Wow.
It's a huge push. It's a huge. I'm not too sure like how it started, but obviously IPL. But the huge push with these sports, other sports like other than baseball and your basketball, where there's heaps of money, like so much commercial. But there's a push for cricket. I don't know if there was also a push for NRL. There was one game played in States. So and plus with cricket, it'll be huge because obviously there's enough people, Indians and others to join the game and grow it. But yeah, and the biggest thing is there's enough money to attract it.
Yeah.
Interesting because when MLC is going to happen, Aussie is going to tour West Indies.
That's right. He's gonna skip.
Let's-
Yeah, they were saying.
Let's see
And
how it pans out.
The other crazy thing is I don't think Pat Cummins has played a game in West Indies till date.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is his
wow.
first ever introduction to West Indies.
If he plays the first two games, what's more?
Oh,
Country.
no, it means the World Cup. The
World
World Cup's
Cup.
gonna be his
Oh, World Cup, yeah.
first West Indies games. Yeah, how
Wow.
crazy is that? He's got no clue what the conditions are gonna be like. It'll be very impressive if they actually go ahead and win it, because there's a massive chunk of that squad that hasn't played in the West Indies before.
I don't think we've had a recent West Indies tour. The last I could think of for India was a while ago, but again, I don't think Indian sent their full strength squad. They sent
The B squad. I remember that was B
It's
squad.
always the B squad.
So it's a good turn of things and shows why you got to tour all the nations, because you never know where you're going to play your next World Cup.
And speaking of Steven Smith, is he commentating in this World
Yes.
Cup? I find that crazy. Like an active player still commentating on the games.
Well, was it Dinesh Karthik doing a bit of that?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
he started it, but
commentary.
I think he was already in IPL only, right? Like I don't think he was playing international games, or maybe he
No,
came back.
he was commentating in tests in England and then flew back and went up
T20s.
to Nidahas
That's
or
right.
Yeah.
played that tri-series in
Yeah,
Sri
he did.
Lanka. And because it was pretty fun to see a dude commentating and in about 2 weeks' time again back in the jersey to play for the country.
Give the Bangla boys the whippage. Nice.
You know what? This is our third episode, and we've had a go at Bangla boys on all episodes.
Not on purpose. We love them.
We love them. They give us content. No, but they're a strong team. They've given us some really competitive games, which has been really good. I appreciate it. Yeah.
In the last episode, which people should go and watch, we did talk about Bangladesh and their ups and downs or inconsistencies.
But talking about inconsistencies or end of an era, we want to talk about like the tri-series that we used to have in Australia. I think that probably the last one I remember was we used to have it every year. The last one was 2015.
Wow.
That's a long time.
It is.
Yeah. To be honest, I thought it would have been way before that, because the only memory I have is of that CBA series. I actually love tri-series. Three countries coming in, playing each other. So good.
You're referring to the one where Virat Kohli went berserk on Malinga.
Yes, yeah. How good. No one knew. I mean, from my memory, which is very hazy now of that game, but I think they had to chase it down in like 38 or 39 overs to stay alive in the series. And the moment they scored, I think 280 something, I was like, nope, this game's out. Let me go. So I went back. I was at uni back then, so I went back home. I'm like, I'm out. I can't be bothered with this game. And then I get a text message from a mate saying, "Oh, you need to come back, watch this. Kohli's going berserk on everyone." And then I run back. I get there, I just like, I got in right in time when he hits those like 6-4s. Oh, what a game!
That's
So
the
good.
2011-12 series?
It is. It is.
Yeah, I think so.
It is.
Yeah.
And just to refresh your memory, Malinga was very close to scoring a century. He gave 96 runs in a
and this is peak Malinga.
Peak Malinga.
Malinga.
Yeah.
And he was still in his 8th over.
Yeah.
That's how crazy Kohli went.
Such a good game.
Yeah, and the last ever series was Australia, England, and India, which was 2014, 2015.
What was the third one in that one?
Australia, England, and India. 2014 and 15.
Oh, India.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh crap, that's a massive trio.
That's a huge trio. That's like
Oh wow.
A trifecta, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a crazy one. Like I think Australia won that. Most runs, Steve Smith scored around 226.
Wow.
Ajinkya Rahane had higher, like 146, which was high. Most wickets, Stark, Finn, and Stuart Binney. Good old Stuart Binney.
Oh, so good.
But yeah, obviously Australia won that one because that era was just all Australia.
That's kind of why I don't remember this game or this series. Like, delete.
Well, if you look back from the date we are recording, it's almost 9 years ago. We haven't had a tri-series.
Yeah.
And not just here, but the amount of tri-series they used to happen across the globe, they've died down. And the only reason why or the only recent tri-series was the associates playing their T20 warm-ups just before the World Cup. Netherlands, Scotland, and Ireland, which is like nice to see tri-series back again. Do you guys think T20 could bring tri-series? T20 tri-series would come back?
I look in my opinion, I think it can because they're short enough games to kind of go through the tournament or the tri-series very quickly. Because you know, 1 days or tests will take much longer. Sorry, 1 days will take longer. It's like nearly a whole day. But this one game's done 3 hours, right? You know, your playing, your recovery, and your rest you've got a majority of that throughout the whole day. So I think so. You can.
Every other game you'd get a longer break, right? Because there's 3 teams.
It's 3 teams, but I think for a cough along out. But I think, and one of the issue is that there's a lot of comps coming up. Their schedule is getting packed. Okay? Initially, it was just like one IPL or another IPL series in another country, right? Now you've got nearly every country doing a T20 tournament, a local T20 tournament. So to do that tri-series, to do the flight, to do the recovery, to do the thing, it's just not sustainable. And there's just more coming up, MLC, just saying.
Do you guys recollect the proposal that Ramiz Raja was laying out? A quadrilateral T20 series, India, England, Australia, and Pakistan. It never took off.
Ramiz.
It never took off. Of course.
Sorry.
Let's say not in Pakistan.
We've got a neutral country, Dubai, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. But it would have been great to have one of those tournaments, for Big Four, or if you could call part of that Big Four. Interesting to see a tournament with all 4, at least, once every 2 years or so, not on a regular.
But then you've got all of these ICC tournaments happening anywhere, right? So it's hard to plan those things. Like, we once we're done with this World Cup, now next year we've got Champions Trophy. Last year we had the ODI World Cup. The year before that we had the T20 World Cup. It's like
there's no downtime, right? To actually fit this thing.
Every year we've had. I mean, I get that a lot of it's like squished in because of COVID, and we missed out on a couple of these tournaments. But I think I'm assuming after Champions Trophy will ease out a little bit. So maybe they can bring it out then.
But I don't know if you guys heard this. There was talks of, India versus Pakistan, like even like especially in Australia, bring so much money and so much fans together and stuff. So, I think one of the commentators or someone was saying that why doesn't Cricket Australia bring down India and Pakistan and just have that game because they need to have it on a neutral ground and everything. So why don't they have that in Melbourne? That'll be sold out every time. There's no doubt the amount of money they'll be bringing in just for those games.
Yeah.
There was a talk about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think again, big boy BCCI would come up and say, "What's in it for me?" Right? Because then it's
Well, it's not just BCCI, right? I think they would need like the governments and stuff to
Oh
be
yeah,
happy.
yeah.
Like it's
First
way
would be
bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's much bigger. It's a huge yeah.
But have you seen this coincidence? Like these are meant to be draws, but somehow India and Pakistan always end up in the same group, so they can maximize like the amount of games that they play.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of probability happening.
In all of these recent times, that India-Pakistan game has brought in maximum revenue,
Oh, yeah.
maximum
Yeah.
viewership all along, right? If you
Yeah.
go back, right from 2003 World Cup,
And
2007 was supposed to be again a classic clash, but it turned out to be a disaster where both India and Pakistan got knocked out. 2011 in Mohali, yeah.
and revenues in Japan and Korea also spike because of India, Pakistan. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
lots of TVs. The TV sales go up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why, but somehow they go up. Somehow they go up.
And also sales of baseball bats.
Talk about Tri-Series and the end of an era. Wanted to get your thoughts on what you guys think of as we know, Dravid's finishing up. This is his final tournament as the head coach of Indian cricket team. What are your thoughts, like, as a coach, if he finishes up in T20, some of the stats I'm just looking for him. Despite no ICC trophy win, one of the most successful periods in recent Indian cricket history, reached finals of World Test Championship and 50 over World Cup in 23, most successful team in T20 during Dravid's tenure, won 48 out of 69 matches, best win percentage and win-loss ratio globally. It's quite a few stats, like performance, ranked second after Australia, won 14, lost 7 out of 24. Yeah, like overall impact, like, it's the top ranking team in ODI, T20, second in Test cricket, reached 2 finals, 1 semi-final in ICC, and a potential end to an 11-year trophy drought in an upcoming tournament. Like, whoa.
Oh, potential. That's a big call.
It's
yeah. I mean,
like, what do you think? I think he's.
I think this is his 3rd tournament. He's had a few potentials.
Yeah.
No, but I think overall, I thought like a pretty underwhelming tenure. Like outside of the tournament, amazing. Like the best possible outcome he could have gotten, right? But the thing is, the way his coaching was being talked about was how he started at the grassroots. He came from the under-19s. He, taught everyone. He grew up, and he had players that he was like coaching in under-19, and now he's like with them in the senior men's team. From that aspect, I think it was a bit shorter too, because he never got to tour Australia even on a test tour, right? Which is crazy. And underwhelming from the ICC point of view too. Like as a player, amazing. As a coach, I'm assuming very good, because I mean results everywhere except these tournaments. And even in these tournaments, like it's not like we were out in like the Super 8s or anything, right? So yeah, I think overall amazing, but come on, get us a trophy this time.
Yeah, no. But talking about our future coach, Gotham, who
is that a guarantee now though? I mean, I thought it was a rumor.
It's all speculations. Until you hear it from the big boys, Matt. It's all speculations.
But that was the strongest speculation.
I'd love it if it's GG.
Yeah.
I don't know. GG would be amazing.
Yeah. It's a different you had Anil Kumble passed on to Ravi Shastri. Kumble was subtle. Ravi Shastri was quite aggressive, pretty vocal about everything. And then you had Dravid, who is again very subtle, calm, relaxed. And then you got GG, who is angry young man. So it's good to go through the phases of calmness and then aggressive. So it builds up that momentum, that culture as well, because you're not just quite subtle, or you're not completely aggressive all the time. So you could see Kohli's career itself, right? He was that angry young man, pretty aggressive, and then he's toned down. Then every now and then he comes back to his aggressive. So it's good to mix things up as well.
Okay.
I was about to say the same thing. It's like it's a good balance overall if you have a look, right? You need times where you just sit in and just think about, okay, aggression is good, but not all the time. You need to think, reflect. And with like Anil Kumble, Dravid, they allow us to do that. But it's not like coach have everything. There's also captaincy and the people and what's happening at that time. But they're able to drive a culture. But if Gigi does, sorry, if Gigi does come in, if the speculations are true, then do it quickly because they're coming down under. I don't want another win.
But like with Gumby, it's not just like he's aggressive all the time. He's very strategic and he's very smart.
Yes.
I mean, look at the results he's produced for IPL, right?
Yeah.
And somehow no one talked about Shreyas Iyer's captaincy, right? Like like all the focus was like Gumby made this happen. It's all good. So I find that crazy.
Yeah. It's I think goes back to how people speak about Dhoni as well, right? Poor guy was not even, he gave up captaincy right at the start of the tournament. Yet everybody was like, oh, they've got Dhoni in the team, they've got Dhoni in the team. He's on the ground directing and strategizing and supporting everyone else. Gambhir's doing pretty much the same, but sitting at the dugout.
Outside.
Yeah. But would be an interesting series if Mr. Gigi picks up the job and then tours Australia, and that tour is going to be pretty monumental as well, because could be the last time you see Rohit touring, last time of Virat touring Australia. So,
but I think when they toured last time, people said the same thing. This is the last cover drive you'll see him hit at SCG. This is the last Boxing Day you're going to see this guy at. Because now the series before is when he left, right? For
yeah.
He played the whole series last time,
Cool. But I think this time you could safely say it could be last time, because Rohit's 37, Virat's 36.
I reckon Kohli could probably continue on into his 40s, surely. Come on, he's so fit.
He probably will stick on in shorter formats.
Yeah,
I think or the other way, right?
I reckon the other way, yeah.
It'll be amazing if someone does that, right? They give up ODIs to play test, because easy one is let me give up test because it's and then stick with shorter formats. But if Kohli does that, he gives up ODIs for test.
Yeah,
I'd love to see him. Love to see him longer there.
Do you know what the crazy thing is? The old school players always used to do that. They used to always give up the shorter formats first, and then they would phase out in the test matches.
But there was no much money back in the day, Raj.
Yeah, fair call.
These days,
I forget. There's only one thing that Kohli needs more of: money.
But the likes of the likes of Kohli and all the big players, money's not an issue. They've got branding deals which can last them for till death.
No, I'm pretty sure his daughter and his son or whoever he has will last like generations now. Oh my gosh.
I'm just going back to the coaching thing. I know how Gautam will accept his position. Yeah.
I want to beat RCB, please. But you're India coach. India versus RCB.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I think that should be part of his contract clause. Like, I'll do everything. I'll win everything. But I just want this special game. Just purely.
warm up game versus
just warm up game.
Do you guys think that should be a format? So IPL winner versus Team India?
But then who will the Indian players take for the IPL to prioritize? Good
call. Amit Shah, please script this one.
They want the money,
I think it'd be interesting. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this. This was I don't remember, where they had Australia versus the World 11.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? That was, I can't remember.
And they'd still win. Do you remember that? So sad. like demoralizing to the days.
There used to be some of these really funny or interesting ones. There was Asia 11 versus Africa 11.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
And you look at stats of Dravid and says he's played 99 tests for India, but he's actually played 100 because that one is he's representing Asia and not India. So there's always funny stuff.
So that's all we're saying, really. Like the game or teams available in cricket 07, East Africa or this, that, 11, just have games in real life just for fun, just for kicks. So funny. So just talking about T20, I think we've got a nice predictor that we've got internally. Let's just have a look. I'm just bringing it up. Raj, you were a little bit late on adding your things, but
I don't know about late. I think I just had to give people a head start. Come on. Not late, surely.
Wait, so
are you sharing anything? I can't see anything.
Oh, hold on, let me share my screen, sorry.
Maybe Chai can just share it. Chai would be easier.
Chai, have you got it open? I'm having some trouble.
Yeah. Can you all see it?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I had some trouble. Yeah, so
sorry, when you said Chai, you meant the stats guy, right? Who's doing all this for us?
Oh yeah, stats guy. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. All stats guy. Yeah, so winning by 1. Could have been winning by 2, but I should have chosen Netherlands as compared to Nepal, but decent start. Obviously, England and Scotland, no result, but I think England could have won that, but the initial results didn't really look promising for England.
When Oman and Namibia were playing, I'm like, yes, if this goes for no result, then we're all tied up, or else this is going to be the decider.
I chose Namibia because I knew they were playing well and just had that extra edge. Like, you know how like the game India was Pakistan, and Pakistan just didn't have that discipline and just courage and patience. That's what was missing out of Oman. And
hey, Randy, don't talk much about the India-Pakistan game because that's what we're going to talk in our next episode.
No. That was an example, but yes, that's going to be our next huge, big main show. But this is our check. I am winning at the moment, just by 1. But we'll obviously check in the next couple of episodes on how we're doing. But
have you seen some big calls being made here? USA, Pakistan, Raj and the 2 of us are going for USA. Randeep?
Yeah. I'm not going for the I actually want Pakistan to win, but I just think USA is gonna prevail. After I saw those big sixes from A. Jones, I was like, come on, surely it's gonna happen.
That's right. They beat Bangladesh. Like, yeah, so fair enough. I will look into the stats and just see where they're playing and what's happening, and may change my prediction for them.
Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns.
No, I'm reviewing. It's called analyzing.
Whoa.
It's analyzing. That's all it is. I'm not changing. It's not changing. It says analyzing. Just to make sure.
I actually can't believe you picked Nepal over Netherlands.
Say that again. Yeah. Oh man, that was just lapse judgment. Just absolute lapse.
You know, Netherlands beat South Africa in the World Cup, right?
Yes. I as I said in the start, I still still unhappy with that mistake. But don't kill me over it. But yes, I don't. Yeah, not happy with that. But yes, Netherlands, very strong team.
And the last big game of week 1, Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka.
We all said Sri Lanka.
We've all got this.
We all got Sri Lanka.
I'll change mine to Bangladesh. Come on.
Where's
show them some love.
Where's this happening?
Chai, can you change mine to Bangladesh I'll switch it up. I'll switch it up for the Bangla boys.
All right. Because they give us content. But that game is probably the biggest game of round 1 of first week.
Oh, that's true. And this is happening in Dallas, so where States and Canada played.
Oh God, isn't Dallas? Wasn't there a
Oh.
forecast of rain in Dallas? There was some article that I was reading that there's rain forecasted for pretty much most of games at Dallas. But I don't want this to be
Oh, is
rained
there a lot
Oh
of
out.
my God,
rain?
is it?
I don't want this to be rained out.
Oh my God. I don't want this game to be rained out, and I don't want the next game to be rained out.
What's the
Which
next
one's
game?
that?
Netherlands and South Africa.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The juicy boy.
Hey, if they win
To be honest, I
again,
think the way South Africa played last game, I know they won, but if they play like that against Netherlands, there's a
yeah,
decent chance to lose.
that's correct.
Netherlands
That's
has
true.
some game.
Those are our week 2 games. Let's get to it in a while.
All right.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is, Raj? That game is happening in New York. So either they hit for a 4 or 6. If not, they're running. That's about what we have for this episode. Thank you, first slip, second slip, and third slip, who is still standing a bit, but still not 100%. And we'll see you guys on our next episode. Like, subscribe, and come back next week.
See you guys.
Yeah. Bye.